Hello everyone, hope you're doing well. Today we're going to be going over, for the Operation Summer event, what is different for the Xbox One players and the PlayStation 4 players, and also we're going to be going over how many parts you specifically need for everything. Now, if you've already been on the Discord and had a look at the Operation Cookbook, then all of this, what you'll get out of this video is what it is for PlayStation 4 and Xbox One players, and also, let's actually start off with something. So, the Gaijin decided to give, I'm guessing, all of the content creators access to a test drive of the IS7. You've probably already seen other content creators with it. I personally didn't ask for it. It's just here in my hangar. As you can see, 2 days, 12 hours test drive. I'm not going to touch this thing, but just understand if you see a content creator with it, it has been given to them, and therefore it's up to you what to think. I personally think that playing it and giving a review on it without fully doing the event is not giving the whole picture of the thing, but I understand if other people have different opinions. So let's start off with the actual numbers game. So the numbers over the last few days with Red Andreas and some help from some key members of the community, mainly thanks to people who have chirped in, and also Henry Hu and FsAviX. FsAviX is the lad who I pointed towards his War Thunder live account the other day, and Henry Hu is a Japanese guy who has been helping us with the IS7 recipes. So if you need to know any of the recipes for any of the parts of the IS7 or the T-34E, then you go to this page here, Operation Summer Cooking Book on the Discord. You'll be able to see this picture here, and you'll get all of the recipes that you need. Now, with this said, there is something that I didn't mention in the other videos, and that's how many parts that you require for putting together the T-34E and the IS-7. So what I've done is I've created a little notepad here, and this notepad shows all of the relevant information to talk about. Now, I'm not going to give my opinions on if this is too much or this is too little. That will be saved for a critique video in the next few days, but what I'm going to do is just give you the straight facts. So, all of the numbers, first of all, are rounded up. This means that if it's like 24.1, then it's rounded up to 25. If it's 24.6, it's still rounded up to 25. So everything you see here is rounded up. For the T-34E parts, it is 127 pieces of material and 2 rares. You get 1 to 3 pieces of material a match, and then random drops of rares, of course. So on average, it's going to take you about 64 games of rank 2 to 3. Now remember, this is an average. 64 games of rank 2 to 3. I personally, if we look at my own T-34, I've taken breaks over the last few days, obviously making videos. Normally it takes me about an hour to make these videos, and sleeping as well, and working. So for me, if we have a look at how I've assembled the T-34E, I'm on the last stage of it right here. And all I have to do is create the tow rope and the track. So I'm maybe 5 or 6 games away from completing the T-34E, and that's through grinding 2 days, not fully straight. I would say if you're grinding straight, maybe 1.5 days you can do this in, and that is overall around about 64 games. Now remember, because this is an average, it may be a bit more for some people, it may be a bit less for others. The reason why I'm not too worried about the rares, I've heard a few people struggling with the rare drops. I personally have had 2 applique armor drops for the T-34, these ones, and 2 T-34 armored hull drops. So I've been able to sell them on the marketplace as well. So that is something, obviously, which is nice. If you are struggling with the res, then just keep playing, I suppose, is the only thing, or buy them off the marketplace, but I'd definitely say keep playing. So for the T-34E, you need 64 games. You can quite easily do this over 2 days or 3 days if you're grinding hard. And then the IS-7, you need 516 pieces of material. Remember, material is this. It is used to craft these components here, and then these components are used to craft stuff like the chassis, the engine, and the transmission. So 516 pieces of material overall, 7 rares, and then 2 to 5 pieces per match. So on average, it's going to take you 148 games of rank 4 to 6 to be able to unlock the IS-7 in its entirety. And that means that overall, it's 212 games, and per day, it's about 22 games if you started yesterday. So 22 games a day, let's say you get 6, not 6, let's say 5 an hour, because obviously 1 every 10 minutes is a little bit crazy. So let's go 4 an hour even, let's go 4 an hour. So it's about 6 hours a day. And this is basically what I said at the start of this. It's going to take you around 60 hours in total to be able to do this on average, remember. Best case scenario, you're looking a lot less. Worst case scenario, you're looking a lot more. So on average, about 6 hours a day for the 10 days in order to grind the T-34E and the IS-7. Remember, you have to complete the T-34E first to be able to get the turret for the IS-7, and I would definitely say it's better to do so. I've seen some people grinding both at the same time to get rid of the monotony. I understand that, but overall, I think for me personally at least, it's better just to get the T-34E done. So yeah, those are the raw numbers. That's how much it's going to take you. 6 hours a day, basically, at a rate of 22 games a day. It doesn't seem that bad when you put it like that, does it? But obviously, remember, this is an average. On top of all of this, you do have to, with the IS-7, take into account rares. Being 7 of them, I'm not too worried about the drop rate of them, since my drop rate, personally, for the T-34E, getting 4 instead of 2, I feel like it means that it should be okay for the IS-7, but you never know, do you? It's something to think about. So those are the raw numbers. If you want to see more information, as I said, go to the cooking book on the Discord. It has, as you can see, all of the recipes you need to be able to create the parts. So you don't have to screw about with anything at that time. And also, we have a few quips and everything. And as you can see, there's a ton of people in the Operation S.U.M.M.E.R channel. There's a few people up here as well, a few people up here. It's lovely to see. It's a very active Discord right now, and I'm happy about that. But anyway, moving on from that, let's have a look at some of the things that the PlayStation and the Xbox One guys do. So remember, the Xbox One and the PlayStation do not get access to the marketplace, which is an unfortunate thing if you are close to finishing or if you want to buy your way through, but you do get access to some of the other things that we don't get on the PC. And going forward in events, people may not be okay with this, but unfortunately this is just how it's going to be. It is as simple as that. Unfortunately, when certain features are not allowed for certain individuals playing the same game, then you're going to have different systems in order to get these same things by the end. So, first of all, the PlayStation 4 and Xbox One players can purchase the special trophy. And these special trophies have a coupon for the older guns and also some of the decals. Now, if you don't know what the older guns are, the decorators, I'll try and find one for you. So, here's my KV-85. By the way, this is the lineup I've been using. But I've been trying to spade out just all the tanks which I don't normally use. So, I've just been using lineups which may not make a lot of sense, like the Sturmill and things like that. But let's get some decorators. So, decorators are just for tanks, of course, and some of them are weapons. So, let's see. What do we have? Owen machine gun, Rising M50, PPD 34. So this is the Owen. That's what it looks like. What was the other one? PPD 34. That is the Soviet gun that I don't think I have. So there you go. You can get a gun that I don't have. Isn't that wonderful? There has been a few that I've missed over the time. But yeah, the PPD-34, I believe, is the one which looks very much like the PPSH. Unless I have it up here somewhere. I might. I mean, I remember I missed one because I was like, I'm not doing this. I want to actually I want to survive. But yeah, these are 2 guns that you can get. Remember, we're on medium graphics right now. So that's the Owen machine gun, and then the M50 Ryzen. And then when we look at the decals, what are the decals? Emblem of the Armored Forces US. Ah, right, okay, I know what these are. So, where would it be? I don't know whether it would be a specific one or not, but I'll try and show you the general one that we have. So this is the British one. Thank you, Nashorn, for being so disfigured. But yeah, this is the one for Britain. It's the best one. It says "Fear Not," and then it has the World War I tank and the crown. Some of the others are not as good, like the USSR one, which I believe is the other one I have. Yeah, here it is. It's not as nice, but I would definitely say getting the decorators is better than these. But it's still good to have. It's a nice thing to have. It means that you can get stuff from other events in the past which you weren't privy to, because obviously PlayStation or Xbox weren't around at them. At the same time, the received coupons can be activated or exchanged for a voucher, which can be exchanged for materials, and also a metal detector for either the T-34E and the IS-7. One of the big issues with the IS-7 and the T-34E, if you don't have access to the marketplace, is being able to buy rare parts, because some people may not get as lucky as I did with rare parts, and therefore you may have to buy them off the market if you don't have a lot of time to, get the drops. As we've talked about before, rare parts have a increasing chance of you getting them over time, but once you get one, it seems like that chance goes down again and then it increases again. So it's all about probability, unfortunately. Now, the way that the Xbox One and the PS4 players can get around that is by using these vouchers to get themselves a metal detector. And this metal detector allows you to find in battles rare materials for assembling the IS-7, 1 item on average per battle with the minimum activity of 50%, which can be used for assembling rare details, significantly increasing the process of assembling the T-34E. It should be purchased only if you want to accelerate the process and plan to purchase ordinary materials for exchange vouchers. Purchasing a second metal detector does not increase the quantity of materials received. So it's basically there to be able to quicken up the process of getting everything. Which does worry me from the PC point of view, because it normally means that if they have to make it easier for console players, that they're trying to push the market a little bit more. So far, I haven't used the market. I haven't had to. I think the market should be there for people who want to use it, but you shouldn't be forced to use it. And with an item like this, it makes me think that maybe it is set up so we have to use the market, but so far I haven't had to. And we'll see at the end of the IS-7 when I give my critique of Stage 2 where we're at. But that's what the PS4 and the Xbox One players get. Those are the general calculations. And also, as I said, if you need help with the recipes, if you need help with anything, go to the cookbook. Red Andreas, our German moderator, has done an amazing job putting it together, and an absolutely outstanding job, and it's lovely to see that it is being used to its fullest. So yeah. Anyway, if you are struggling, or if you are struggling with mentality and stuff when it comes to this event, there's plenty of people on to have a chat to and kind of settle down. If you don't want to be in a room with a ton of people, which is normally not the best idea, especially for a couple of hours, just go and sit in one of the group rooms where it's limited to 4, and people will join you. And if they don't, hit me up and I'll come and have a chat. So anyway, I hope you all have a wonderful day, and happy hunting.